Hey, welcome to video number 168 of Walker This Way with Hazel Walker, the queen of all things
BNI and networking.
Hey, I am Mark Simmons, Hazel Walker.
Yep.
It's not the two of us.
I know we have a guest.
It's the three of us here today.
Hello.
It's a special guest for edition of Walker This Way. And we are super excited to have Arun Gautam here with us today, a member of BNI Big Tsunami here in Vancouver, BC. Welcome, Arun. Woo!
Woohoo! Thank you, guys. Thank you very much to you, Mark Graber, and Hazel to have me on board. Thank you so much.
We're happy to have you. And, you know, when Hazel and I were talking about future Walker This Way videos, your name has come up a lot because as part of our support team, on our support team here in British Columbia, you shared an amazing story of your experience and why BNI for you.
Absolutely.
And we're like, got to get you on here. So Hazel.
And that's one of the things we want to capture a lot more of is the stories. Members are not good about telling everybody their stories of how what they're achieving in BNI or the connections and things like that. So we want to capture a lot more of the stories. And there's a lot of you have some great stories. So I read your written profile and went, no, that just needs to be online.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. So before we get into the story, how long have you been a member of BNI?
So I've been a member of BNI ever since November 2016, but I will say I've been a member ever since March 2016.
Okay.
Right. So and yeah, your further questions, and then I'll get into that.
Okay. And what is your business name?
So my business name is Wiser Software Solutions, and we are based out in Vancouver.
Okay. And you do what? Like, what's the seat?
Software
solutions.
Yeah, it is the web development solutions. Which includes websites and other complex applications on the web-based.
Cool. You'll know from watching past Walker This Way videos, Arun, sometimes they ask really stupid, obvious questions too. So
I know.
Just go with it.
Sure.
So we want to hear about your story, your why BNI and what BNI has done for you, why you stay.
Oh, for sure. Oh my God. So we came to Canada to be precise on the date, on March 6, 2016. And before we came to Canada, a year before, I think BNI started working for me. A year before we landed in Canada. So my wife happened to meet somebody in our native city, and she joined BNI in Ahmedabad, India. So she became a member, and before coming to Canada, the only connections that we could have ever had were BNI connections. So we landed here, and guess what? 6th of March 2016 was a Sunday, and Tuesday morning, Swati was in a BNI meeting. So essentially on 8th March. So we did not have any relatives. We did not have anybody like we are going to party or enjoy with or say hi and bye. So we were straight into the business. We came here leaving our family behind, 18,000 miles away. So for what? For work, for business, right? And we were straight into the business. What can be a better place than BNI? The initial 3 months, and I think we had, knowing nobody in the city, we had 150 meetings. Thanks to BNI and the connections coming in from BNI. I met beautiful people in BNI before joining in November 2016. In the month of April 2016, I already ended up signing contracts worth $100,000.
Wow.
Before joining BNI. So, and guess what? Only the very sense of belonging of the same community is a big thing. And somebody asked me to sign on the dotted line. I was like, yeah, I can do that. You are from BNI. And I did sign on those dotted lines. I did not hire a $400 an hour kind of lawyer to read that contract before I could have signed, because I had trust. So that is where our why started. I left back to India and came back in August. And right after coming back from India, I applied for the membership. And it took me a couple of months, right? So before I could join. But yeah, ever since November 2016, there's no looking back. I've been so blessed, having beautiful leaders around me who can get like an MBA kind of coaching. I'm talking to Hazel and talking to Mark and yourself, Mark, and Kerry, and many other business professionals who are in their own small worlds are powerhouses, right? We all have beautiful stories. Why do we support all these small communities? Why do we thrive the BC economy and the global economy? These are important catalysts. and I'm thrilled, right? So my previous job was all big flying things. I mean, doing the millions and billions worth of dollar projects. But then I was here working with the community. So that is what was my why. And in fact, like so that is my why. I would put it there, and I'll go deeper into your further questions.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
So the last 2 years, like nothing's happened in the world except chaos and everything else.
Chaos and uncertainty.
Right. And we're slowly coming out of it. But you went back home to India for what should have been 3 months.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah. That's
kind of like the Gilligan's Island, the 3-hour tour that lasted a lot longer than 3 hours. But you spent a lot longer than 3 months.
I know, absolutely.
Yeah, and when we love you for being on our support call meetings every week, I think it was 3:30 in the morning your time.
That's right.
I mean, you're sitting in India, and you're still making all of our calls.
And you're making our calls, so we appreciate that.
Absolutely, I did not miss even a single call or a single BNI meeting during that time.
Not at all.
Yeah.
But you had another, your journey home was an experience in every sense in the word, and love to hear from you about what that was like and what you experienced from your BNI community in getting you here.
Absolutely. Oh my God. So 2020, I think we were all set to leave on 22nd March 2020 to India. But it never happened because India stopped flights coming in from anywhere with effect from 19th March. So we got our flight canceled, and my daughter's dream shattered. Like, she was about to get reunited with the family, meeting the grandparents and everything. And we were like, giving her a lot of peace and everything. And because this was something like, which we did not have a certain date, which date we'll be able to make a move, like which day we'll go back home and meet our parents. So like, fine, we were giving her all the good things, but she was also restricted to go out and to meet anybody, meet friends, and go our friend's place or anything. So when the second wave in BC came, and we were more like, okay, now the restrictions are coming up again, and it's the winter time is coming back. So I was a little bit jittery, like, okay, she will be starved emotionally, staying indoors and like not going anywhere. So we decided, okay, we're gonna go back home. It'll be warmer than BC, so we'll stay in India for like 2 months and we'll be back. So
sounds like a good plan.
That was a great plan. We had our tickets, everything.
In theory, it was good.
Exactly. But things happen, and there was some work was there which delayed our trip for a bit. And guess what? The pandemic cases started rising in India, and we were under pressure. And like, what's going to happen? So we rushed from my business province to our home province in a very faster way. And we delayed our trip. Certainly, all the flights directly to Canada were canceled. So we planned our trip via Serbia. We were supposed to stay in Serbia for 3 nights. We're like, fine. We never went to Serbia. Like, we were supposed to pay some debts into Serbia, so we were destined to go there. So we came back. So first, our flight got canceled, and then we were rescheduled for our flight via Serbia, and all the Canada-bound flights were actually canceled 1 day before our journey would have started. So it was just in time, right? So we were like, what are we going to do? And all of a sudden in India, it was the second wave. And you all know, there were so many cases rising and everything happening. And we were again locked inside the room. So it's not that we were traveling or anything. But guess what? BNI supported all this while, because I was in all BNI meetings, and our principle works all the times. VCP, visibility, credibility, and profitability. BNI gave me the opportunity. I can probably say that I'm the only one person in the world who has stayed 7.5 months away without a single sub, without a single absence, attended all BNI meetings, did all the business. And believe me, my expenses were on here in Canada and in India. I was getting business. A huge portion was coming through BNI or the referrals that I got from BNI, like past referrals. How can I not be grateful for being having BNI in my life? Right. So then, long story short, then we rebooked ourselves, and we were supposed to fly via Serbia, staying 3 nights in Serbia. and we were supposed to leave India on 18th July. But 11th July, I was driving back from one city to my hometown, and my travel agent called me. I was like, what's happening? Why is he calling me on Sunday? And then I could not answer his call because it was on silence mode. But later on, I asked my wife, Swati, please check the news for Canada, India, and Serbia, because these are the three places we are going to touch. And she checked. In no time, she got to know that Serbia has extended the stay from 3 nights to 7 nights. I was like, oh, vegetarian family cannot eat, any flash ad or anything, like non-alcoholic, non-smoker, going to stay in that place for like 8 days. How will I survive? It's like a lot of nightmares come to me. Yes, so the first thought, I told my wife, don't you worry, let's go home first. We reached home. I pulled out my phone. I checked like what is the local time in Serbia, and I opened the BNI app. Fantastic thing, right? I just put the country in the advanced search, Serbia. A lot of people showed up. A lot of chapters showed up. I went online. I checked who's the president. Vladimir was the president. I actually sent a message to Vladimir on WhatsApp. I checked, okay, Vladimir's on WhatsApp. Okay, he's on WhatsApp. So I sent a message to Vladimir on WhatsApp. And Vladimir responded to me, and I gave him my situation. It's like, oh, for sure. I said, Vladimir, this is our situation. We cannot stay in a hotel. Do you know any B&B? Because I cannot trust Airbnb right now. It's a different country. I don't have a home base there, right? He said, we had a previous member. I said, fantastic. Please connect me with him or her. He got me connected with him. And I booked my B&B, so bread and breakfast. And there were a lot of trip-related nightmares or whatever, right? This guy booked us for 7 nights, 8 days for 245 euros. Wow. Deal, right? As a deal, the hotels, the hotels were charging nearly 1,000 euros. And guess what? When we were coming back, it was a comfortable stay, no problem at all. I could go out, I could do my grocery, I got vegan food. Everything went so amazing thanks to BNI. As soon as I came out of my B&B and I reached back airport, I met some Indian people who were also there on this day we landed, and they were flying for the same flight. I said, okay, how was your stay in the hotel? And they were like, oh, we were vegetarian and we were in trouble. I said, what was the trouble? They said, we would get only 2 bananas, 1 apple, and a loaf of bread without butter, without tea, coffee, or milk. I was like, how can you live like that? I was like, €4 for a half-liter bottle of water. Can you imagine? Those people survived their 8 days like that. And I was so thankful in the moment forever to BNI. My daughter, okay, we would have probably, I would have weathered that thing as an adult, or my wife would have certainly gone through that. That would have been okay. But the little one, like 4-year-old baby, I mean, she could run around in Airbnb. She could go out. We went out and we could go out and we could sit for a coffee or do anything. And it was such a comfortable journey back. And also when I was in India, I got so many services from BNI people. I'll go out to a restaurant, BNI guy. I'll got my car repaired, a BNI person. I'm going for travel, BNI person. Like, where else will you get this family? I mean, what people probably look at is the kind of thank you dollars, but I look at it the kind of thank you for blessings, which are way beyond than dollars. I mean, dollars are important at the same time, right? It's so my why is absolutely clear, right? So I'm in it. I love it to my core, right? I'm on the support team. I love to support all my chapters. I love to work with my team members. So it's been super amazing. And I've told this story to many chapters when the new visitor come and I say, like, why do you want to join BNI? And he was like, this is my why. And then I told him that, hey, this is what I have gone through. And also, needless to say, Paul Simmons, my chapter member, amazing person for insurance. He was the guy who will get up middle of the night and will tell me, Arun, what is your situation? How should we be dealing with your travel insurance? I said, Paul, you take whatever steps are necessary. I want to be safe, want to be healthy. And God forbid, if I end up being in hospital, my expenses should be taken care of. And this guy, and Paul was always standing next to me, like virtually, like yeah. All 3 of us.
So which chapter, why don't you tell us which chapter you're in here?
I'm here with BNI Big Tsunami, the BNI Big Tsunami, amazing chapter. We have a stalwarts member being there for 18 years, 20 years. Paul Simmons got married in BNI, right? So Bernie Pollock, like he started from a from a very small beginning to now a full-fledged workshop for auto repair, all to Foley, right? I mean, so many stalwart members are there in our chapter. Nicole Burke, oh my God.
Oh, she's on our team also.
Yeah,
She's
we
on
hope to
team.
have Nicole on here as a
She's
special
got an
guest
amazing
too.
story also.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah. You know, Arun, there's things that you are gifted with. One is definitely passion. You're gifted with passion. You're gifted with commitment. You know, your commitment to making all those meetings and everything. But you're also gifted with kindness and grace, and that's something that we always talk about when you're not around. But now we want you to hear it.
And
That we
think-
appreciate that.
I really appreciate you're always positive.
Yeah.
Like there's no complaining, no whinging, no whining. You're always positive all the time in a very sincere way, not fake positivity, but the very sincere way. You always have a positive outlook on life and what's going on at the moment.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean,
I really love that. I think that attracts a lot to you also.
Yeah, I mean, I was in India and it was like, I've seen a lot of ups and downs even this time and otherwise, right? So I certainly count a lot of blessings, and I'm so grateful, so grateful for everything that I have in life. I'm so grateful. Like, over here, if I have any problem, like I can pick up the phone and call Mark Simmons. Brother, this is my challenge. I mean, where can you get the unconditional love? You cannot buy off the shelf.
Yeah.
No, you cannot. You've built some great relationships, right?
So
And that's what counts.
We really want to encourage members and non-members of BNI that might be listening to book a one-to-one with you. I know you're a busy guy, right? Hopefully the whole world won't reach out all at once, but book a one-to-one with Arun. Have a conversation with them, connect with them.
I would love to.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So what is your email address? So you say it, and then I'll put it into the underneath into the title for you. So
yeah, it is Arun, ARUN, at Wiser, which is WISER, solutions.ca.
all right, boom. So there it is. It's going to show up right there for you. Reach out to Arun, book a one-to-one with him. He'd love to talk to you about so many different topics. He's knowledgeable in many, many different areas. And we always hear how amazing your family is and how great a cook you all are as well.
And you're yet to come for a dinner, Mark.
I know, but we will make it. Yeah. So we appreciate you being here. Hazel, anything to say to Arun?
Oh, thank you, Arun. I knew it would be a great story and one that was worthy of being shared, especially as we're starting to come out of the pandemic. But we're going to go into another financial issue down the road. And so, people understanding to get into BNI or any of your networks and build the relationships now when you don't need them, because when you need them, like you did, that's when they're there, because you have already invested the time and the money to build those relationships, right? Because had you not been a member and you just joined a chapter, they wouldn't have been there to help you.
Yeah, that's right, Hazel. And I think it is no-brainer for anybody to join BNI. It is extremely essential. I mean, we all are living in virtual world, but we need real relationships. Virtual relationships are something different. Like, we really need the serious and personal relationships. By all means, I will highly recommend joining BNI without giving a second thought. Wherever you are in your journey, like wherever the visitors are in their journey, wherever the members are in their journey, they can appreciate they being in BNI, they connected with BNI.
Absolutely. Thank you, Arun. BNI Big Tsunami, you are lucky to have Arun in your chapter. And we look forward to doing many more interviews and sharing your stories. The most powerful thing that any of you have is your story. In BNI, outside of BNI, wherever you are, it's the most powerful thing you have. And thank you, Arun, for sharing yours. Till next time, bye.
See you next week.
Bye.